Jim Lemonds and Bob Horness attempted their 71 at 71 mountain bike ride last week. This was an event intended to raise money for multiple charities, as well as prove that, with the help of a great community of riders, two 71-year-old mountain bikers could successfully ride 71 miles of single track across over 9,000 feet of elevation gain in less than 24 hours, and this is YouTube content. So I'm supposed to create suspense to keep you engaged, which means I'm not going to tell you whether they succeeded until the end of this video. Were there calamities? Were there mechanicals? You're just going to have to watch to find out. In the meantime, please do remember to navigate to my Patreon page so I can keep bringing you trail reviews and videos like this that tell the story of what our sport is all about.
At our age, we only have one chance to do this, okay? We're not dumb. And I think all of our friends understand this is it.
That's what I worry about, trying to finish a ride like this.
Scooter, you doing this whole thing?
I'm planning on it. We'll see.
We're planning on it too. We're expecting you to carry a whole thing's worth of stuff. So.
Are you one of Jim's relatives?
Yep, I'm his grandson. I'm his youngest grandson.
Youngest grandson.
I'm gonna be on the ride group with Dave, and we're not gonna do all 70 miles, but we're only gonna do 40. We still want to be included. So
What part of it are you going to do with him?
We're doing the Marble Mountain, and then we're probably gonna go up like 1 mile Ape Canyon.
Okay.
And then we're gonna come back here, and we're doing the first 3 miles out and back on Lewis River, and then we're gonna do all of Falls Creek, so that should be good.
So what kind of 71-year-old rides a mountain bike 71 miles, manages to talk another 71-year-old friend into doing the same thing, and then somehow has teenage grandkids who are not only willing but excited to join him for any part of it? I promise not to turn this into a hagiography, but this is impressive. 10 years ago, when I got back into mountain biking, people in Southwest Washington were still talking about Jim Lemonds' legendary 60 at 60 mountain bike ride. This time around, Jim was joined by Bob Horness, who is also turning 71 this summer, on this ride that was supposed to be 70 at 70 last summer, but obviously had to be postponed and lengthened because of the coronavirus pandemic. The ride was executed in 3 parts, with vehicles used to shuttle between each section of the journey, which totaled 71.2 miles with 9,035 feet of climbing over the course of 17 hours, 15 minutes. The first part of the ride began at Marble Mountain Snow Park and climbed up to Ape Canyon, first utilizing trails that Jim himself, along with a lot of friends, spearheaded getting cleared and opened, which lead to the Ape Canyon parking area from Marble Mountain. From there, I joined up with the ride party as they ascended Ape Canyon, crossed the Plains of Abraham, and then turned around at an area affectionately referred to as the lunch log. The ride party returned the way they came, resulting in an out and back that totaled 31 miles with 4,600 feet of climbing and took 7 hours to complete. Did I mention that this ride started at 11:45 p.m.?
Yeah. You guys know what to do.
Okay, yeah, you know what to do too.
Here's my boy.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Only one.
All right.
I thought
It's not on. No, it's not on because I'm not blinded yet. Look at it.
I'll give you the best of luck.
How am I not supposed to?
Take care. Next kind of quiet all here. Oh, here comes my bike. Okay, well, I'm going to join the party then.
Yeah, this is a really special day. We want to make sure everybody stays together. If anything comes up, just holler. And then, yeah, we'll just do this as a team. Go in as a team, come out as a team, right? That's right. Sweet. You got everybody here? Good.
Is everybody here?
Yeah, we're ready.
Everybody ready?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!
All right, the thing I worry about on the ride day is that you're pumped with adrenaline and you go out too fast. We have a lot of people pulling for us to finish, so I don't want to fail.
Very exciting. Bob and I haven't thought about anything else for the last 2 years. I mean,
True.
you could say maybe we don't do a big ride every day, but I'm sure Bob's going to tell you the same thing. There's not one day I don't think about this ride.
Here they are. Well, the gang's all here. Look at that.
It's definitely cooler over here.
How's it feeling?
Got my training wheel tires on. It just kind of floats over everything.
Oh, good.
So I think it was a good call to use the
Okay, I had that as
At 1:30 in the morning, I met Jim, Bob, and the rest of the ride crew at the Ape Canyon parking lot. This was already 1,500 feet of elevation, give or take, and an hour and a half into the first leg of the ride. The rest of that larger group had left the ride team behind at this point to return to Marble Mountain, and that left me to follow the much smaller, more intrepid group of diehards, or fools, however you would like to look at it. I prefer to call them diehards, who accompanied the ride team up to the Plains of Abraham and beyond. At this point, riding for longevity and sustainability was much more important than speed. This was not a race.
come to something that's an issue, just get off. On a normal day, we'd all try to ride it.
Right.
But if somebody breaks their bike or breaks themselves, it's going to put a dent in the day and put us way behind. And so on this ride, we're just going to, on the sketchy places, we're just going to get
That's a
off
good
and
strategy.
walk our bikes.
We did it! There we go!
Look at that. There's the moon.
Stay tight to the left.
It's not exaggerating for me to point out that this traverse across a crumbling bench over the catchment to Ape Canyon is a perilous fall to certain death even in the daytime. We were definitely feeling the danger at 3 o'clock in the morning in the darkness as even the full moon was sinking below the horizon. This scares me. Because I'm afraid it's going to like break away and then I'll get buried on my way down. Is anybody camping down there? Yeah, there are people camping. Sorry, guys.
Well, if he gets cranky and starts hee-hawing.
Look out.
Shit.
You're getting no use to that.
Yeah, I might feel like
How you feeling, Bob?
really, really good. A couple of vitamin I's helped.
Yeah. So what's vitamin I?
Vitamin ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen. Got it.
Come over this way, Joseph, and I'll get my jacket back.
Oh yeah. So I think
Come over
it's
here a little bit so I can see.
sure.
It's got the light stuff. I have vitamin B, and it's not Viagra. I haven't busted that out yet, but you never know.
Well, Lewis River is the one I worry about.
This is still not it. Caution is a better part of valor on this one. Oh, hey, look at this. Here we are.
I'll take a load out there. So we should go back a little bit quicker than we got here. But I still think it's going to be 3 hours back to Marble Slopping Mountain.
Yeah.
Let's do it like this. Like I said, you, Joseph, and Daryl go ahead. That way you guys can have some fun. You guys set up, get our picture, get video, and when you get on Leslie's wheel, we'll stop. You guys go by, go down to the next place. So.
I don't know
And from the lunch log, we turned around and headed back to the parking area. And you know what? It always turns out that there is a lot more uphill on that downhill section of the Ape Canyon Trail than any of us ever seem to remember whenever we ride this trail. But it's a fortunate thing that there were trail angels waiting in the parking area.
This has meat, cheese, and just a tortilla if you want it.
But it's, oh gosh, thanks. Yeah. And it's a fortunate thing that the sun had risen because all of our lights were running out of battery power.
Riding by Braille. Both my lights went out.
And someone had even broken a spoke on the way down.
I have a broken spoke. What do I do? It should go right here. Oh, I see what you're gonna do. All right.
Just bend it around. It's out of the way.
And from here, I left the ride team as they continued back the way they'd arrived here from, headed back to Marble Mountain to go get a quick breakfast and load into the cars for an hour-long shuttle over to the beginning of the Lewis River Trail. There was a much bigger group awaiting Jim and Bob at this trailhead as this leg of the ride occurred in the daytime. But although it was happening in the day, which should make it easier, this leg, which involved riding the Lewis River Trail from the Curly Creek trailhead up to the lower falls and back, was by far the most difficult. This was the part of the ride that put the most doubt in Jim and Bob's heads about whether they'd finish. Ringing the bell at 22 miles and 2,854 feet of climbing, by the numbers, this should have been an easier ride than the first leg, but as anyone who's ridden it knows, the name of the game on the Lewis River Trail is intervals, and they're hard intervals, and they're forced. This is where humility and the willingness to dismount the bike to save energy became the most crucial make-or-break skill needed to complete this ride successfully. The completion of this ride was by no means a certain thing at the beginning of this section. Success is never a certainty on the Lewis River Trail. The difficulty sneaks up on even the strongest riders on their best days. This was the one challenge that would make or break this ride.
Everything okay?
I got your bike, I got your bike. Everybody okay? We're going to go. That wouldn't be a ride. No, I bet, yeah, it was.
As long as I don't have it coming up my ears.
Right. Heavy speakers for you, Steve.
God. Come on.
Everybody.
We want everybody to have their cameras out and taking pictures because
That's one thing I found out again on this. I learned a lot on the 60th ride, but one is that we're only going to get one chance here, okay? And so you better get every image that you possibly can. So we're going to be telling everybody on the ride team, you fill your phone, get every video clip and whatever you can, because we will eventually put together some sort of a
it's
video
not just
or
us,
something
you know,
else.
film everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody gets their picture taken. So
Yeah, I want to know who was there.
I think again, when you're going with all your friends like we are, I mean, how lucky. I'm going to also have all 4 of my grandsons there. They won't be on the main ride team, but they all want to try to ride at least 30. And they are so excited. And just to be there, well, for a grandpa, how does it get any better than that?
My wife and kids will be there. I don't have grandkids yet. I'm too young. But you know, the family will be there too. And like Nancy Stone said, I can't wait to be at the end of the ride party.
We'll have a party at Falls Creek that all the planning has to be done in advance, because when it comes to ride day, I can't even worry about my grandsons. I just have to worry about me.
That's right.
But it's not time to party yet. The first leg of the trip wasn't even halfway over. After this aid station pit stop to acquire sugar, salt, fat, and protein, as well as much needed encouragement, the ride team continued the additional mile up to Lower Lewis River Falls. There was no time to admire the waterfall, though, as the team then turned around to ride the exact same challenging trail all the way back to the bottom. The Lewis River Trail is uphill both ways, so I left a car at the lower falls, and a couple of us drove back to the bottom to meet the team there.
That's so hard.
Damn, that is a hard trail.
How you feeling, Gabe?
I'm doing actually better than I thought I would be doing. So we broke all our times that we had predicted. So even with that long break at the other side, I had predicted 5 hours and we did it in 4:54. So we were way ahead of my actual time. So pretty good.
Now you just got the easy home stretch.
Yeah. No, nothing's easy right now.
Well,
doing Ape Canyon and that back to back. Oh my God.
yeah.
It's tough.
I'm really proud of you.
All right, did you see that there, Joseph?
It's not.
Well, you can't hardly tell. But you guys signed it? and everything. God dang.
Yeah, that's
What a treasure. Yeah. If it was easy, any idiot could do it. Yeah. So, oh God, you guys are too much.
That's what I thought too. What, you know, now, hey.
Yeah.
Where's your other water bottle?
Okay, all the water bottles are right there. And it's, right
How you feeling?
Right. Huh?
How you feeling?
You know, I'm surprisingly good. I got, you know, I was burning a little bit, but we got into straight stretch and recovered. And God dang, some of those hills were just there. And these guys tried to ride them off and made a whole bunch of switchbacks and shit. God dang Jeep, he kept pushing us. Come on, you old fart, we're supposed to be going easy. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was amazingly a lot of fun.
We pushed him as hard as this guy can go. He did great, man. Did great.
We really did.
Good job.
I'm really surprised. I'm really happy about it, too. So I think we have enough in the tank to make it to
I hope so.
Falls Creek.
Final stretch?
Yeah, but that's not going to be easy either. It's going to be hard. I know the legs.
Not gonna
The
be
legs
easy.
have been saying you've been torturing us, but now that we've stopped, it feels really good. So I think we can do it now. I'm sure we
I
can.
think there's something in the tank. Let's see. Can you hear it?
Well, it was 60-40, now it's 90-10.
Yes, you do, yes. Yeah.
And that's it.
I don't know either.
Oh, pull the button.
Does it go up?
At 18.2 miles with only 1,581 feet of climbing, the next leg of the ride was supposed to be the easiest. Starting at Old Man Pass, climbing McClellan Meadows, and then descending Falls Creek down to where the welcoming committee and the party were located, this is a very popular ride in general, and as it was happening during the day, it was also the section that came with the most participants. I deposited my car at the bottom of the ride and was able to catch up to the group on the road up to McClellan Meadows. I counted 17 people, 18 if you include me, who joined in for this leg of the ride, and it makes sense since this is definitely the most fun and finishing this is the most sure thing. That being said, the climb up McClellan has its own challenges, mostly in the form of rock gardens, and even 1,500 feet of climbing can feel like a death march after a long day, overnight, 2 days, however, I don't know. I don't know what day it was anymore.
Great. Okay, I see we are at that point in the ride. 4 a.m. at the slumber party. That's where we're at.
Anyway, after we arrived at the horse camp at the top of the Falls Creek Trail, we began the final descent, and that's where the last major challenge confronted us, and that was just the dust. Dust everywhere. It gets dry around here in late July, and this year was no exception. We kept a very slow, careful pace down the trail, and just being able to maintain that pace was a big part of the challenge. And boy, what a warm reception there was at the end of this ride.
Scooter, what do you have? Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go by scooter. Good? Good.
You do
How you doing?
We got Jeff, Sarah, and Janine.
A little bit of foregone.
What Scooter? Scooter, what do you think our official was on your thing? I had that as like
It was 71 and a half.
71 and a half. I think I had it as 18.5. Yeah, I think I had it almost exactly the same. Sometimes we climb.
Sometimes we climb. That's a very busy trail to finish on.
Congratulations.
Good job. Well, let's just pack up and go over and party.
Yeah, here's
guys,
what we were talking about. The kids were going to start yelling, you know, 80, 80, 80.
They can save that. They can save all that they want.
I'm sure that'll be plenty.
That was as good as it gets.
Nice pacing.
31. Oh yeah, probably 29.1. Did you make it?
Yeah. We got, I think we're at 71.5. Either that or Scooter's going to have to ride around the parking lot.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fun.
This is my friend Paul Schublin, who I dedicated my ride to. This is my good friend I met in Vietnam. And he has picked up leukemia from Agent Orange over there. And we served together. We were in the same place, and he got leukemia, and I got to ride. So, yeah, I feel really good about being here, and I'm glad that Paul's here. Now, Jeep's guys that he was riding, dedicating the ride to, they died just before we could get to this ride. So if they'd been a 70-70 ride, they would have made it. God dang you, old buddy. Yeah, I was just telling your friend there that, you know, it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago is when we were in Vietnam. You know something? 50 years ago. Wow. We used to call it half a century. You know? Yeah, we used to call it the puking buzzards. Yeah, I wore that just because of you. Then, yeah, right? Thank you very much. Usually I only wear it on Veterans Day. But, you know, today's a special day. Yeah, it certainly is. I'm so glad you came. Can I squeeze on a leg? You bet. Thank you. Oh my gosh. We wouldn't do it without all of our really good friends. Awesome, Bob. That was so good. Yeah, thank you, Jim. Yeah.
Jim and Bob departed in their caravans, but it wasn't over for the rest of us. We still needed to ford the river to get over to the party. It was a chance to clean up for the final act.
Bob and I are so proud to finish, but you know, there's two ways to do things. And I understand everybody's different for how they do stuff, but we're just not interested in doing something like this by ourselves just to have a Strava number. It's the whole idea of you guys all being there, and you guys had the vibe that kept us going. I mean, no doubt the ride team and everybody else that's involved in this, that's what made the difference, no doubt about it. So
I wanted you to talk about our goals, which is more important than this ride, was reaching the goal for those people that suffered much more than we did today. And I'd like to introduce my friend Paul Schubler, who I dedicated the ride to today. So glad that you're here. Yeah, real proud. You're an inspiration to a lot of us, so we appreciate that.
right now I think we're at about 31,300. Wow. And our goal was 20,000, but I think there's still other possibilities as well for things. But I mean, what are the chances of that? But we have so many generous friends, and I think about today, like people took the day off, people burned vacation. I know a lot of you guys bought gear just for the ride and did so many other things. I mean, I know everybody has their own way of doing things, but we're both about community, the community you guys are part of, and that's what really has made it special.
Absolutely right.
Anyway.
Well, a couple things I would like to say about thank yous again for those who donated to Jeep's bike, who deservedly so. Received that from Cyclepath. Thank you so much. And then I would like to thank Ben Milstein for also starting a donation for my bike also. It's an anonymous thing. I don't know who donated. But this
I
is
really
an
donated heavily. I was one of the big donors. Maybe I was the biggest donor.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeep. Thank you all. It really touches our hearts to know that you are so many fantastic people here. Well, for all of you that are here, I hope that you would.
Well, I have one too. So share, get the cups, and if you can't, if you don't imbibe. And I don't know why you would not have Patron Gold, but if for whatever reason you won't have Patron Gold, then just put something in your cup, okay? Anything in your cup so we can have a toast.
Oh, one of those cups. And I have cups for them.
I'll keep this epilogue short. Mountain biking is all about community, and no one in Southwest Washington exemplifies that more than Jim Lemonds and the people who've chosen to surround him. Personal glory fades, but community endures. Bikes are a force of culture that brings everyone together to overcome common challenges and celebrate the simple victory of just having the privilege to be alive. I'd like to thank all my Patreon supporters, and I hope you'll all understand if just this once I skip over your early access and publish this video to everyone at the same time. Now, get out there and go ride your bike with other people as much as possible.